1.
It wasn't a great start, to be honest. I was so determined not to be late that I got there half an hour early and had to wait for the manager to open up. I was told to be as quiet as possible, obviously, but then when I was putting an economics book back on a shelf in the reference section, another one fell on my foot and I screamed because it hurt so much.
2.
When I went to the interview, the manager was wearing jeans, trainers and a t-shirt, so I wore the same on my first day. I didn't think it was necessary to dress smartly if I was just going to be sitting at a desk all day. Anyway, I got there right on time at 9 o'clock, but when I introduced myself to my colleagues, the men were all in jackets and ties, and the women were wearing business suits and smart dresses. It turned out they have something called Dress Down Friday, when they can wear casual clothes, and my interview, you've guessed it, was on a Friday.
3.
I took a taxi to work the first day, but there was an accident on the motorway. I was terrified I was going to be late, but we still arrived 5 minutes early. Anyway, I went in the entrance I've always used, the one next to the elephant house. But one of the people who worked there stopped me. It turns out that staff have to go through the gate at the back, on Portland Street. Why didn't they tell me before? It was a bit embarrassing.
4.
It could have gone better, to be honest. I sat at my desk and immediately got a call from someone who wanted to speak to Jamie, so I said they'd got the wrong number. I sat waiting for ages, looking at the phones. They were actually very old models, even though you'd think they'd be really high-tech. The one on my desk was dirty and had a broken handset. Anyway, I sat there and waited for 5 minutes for someone to tell me what to do. Suddenly, a man appeared and said I should be sitting at the desk opposite. It turned out that he was Jamie.
5.
The manager said the customers could sometimes be difficult, but all the ones I served were really nice. One man tried to go to the front of the queue because he didn't realise there was a line, and he apologised when I told him there was one. I do feel a bit bad, though, because I gave one woman change for £10 when she'd given me a £20 note, but she was fine about it and could see it was an honest mistake.
6.
It's a really expensive place and the food is delicious. They serve it as quickly as possible so it doesn't get cold. But that means the plates are so hot that you have to be careful and use a cloth to carry them, or you could burn yourself. Anyway, it was going really well until I had almost finished work when the manager called me over. He said that I'd charged someone for steak, but he'd had lobster instead. So I had to pay back nearly £10 out of my wages.